Hola and welcome to Lindita's Kitchen. I am Lindita and today I'm going to be making some enchiladas. I got this great recipe while I was down in Sayulita, Mexico. Oh, yeah, the food, the people, the atmosphere was just so beautiful and I just had to bring a little something home and put my little twist on it too. So let's get started. With this recipe, what you're going to need is 14 guajillo chilies. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and cleaned these, and just to make sure, so you know, I'm going to remove the tops here because all those seeds are in there and you want those out. All right, so see, they're already hot and hopping. So I'm going to cut this open and remove the seeds as much as I can. See how they're stuck in there like that? So you want to just make sure you get most of them out. And it's not going to hurt if you don't, you know, remove them all. And they'll come out in the water or when you toast them. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to break the tops. And if you want, you can use a paring knife or use your fingers and just go all the way through. Yep, those peppers are hopping in there. The little seeds. Okay, and the little stems. See, the little membranes, you want those out. I mean, if you can, because you're going to blend them anyway. Okay, so now that they're all nice and clean, the cleanest I can do, I'm going to take them over and we're going to get them toasted. Let's do it. So for our chilies, I've got my little griddle here at a kind of like a medium heat, a medium-low heat. And I'm going to just try to spread my chiles and just get them lightly toasted. So I'm going to throw a couple on here. Get them all hopping. I'm going to throw like my 3 little garlic cloves right here just to kind of get them toasted too. You'll see as they start cooking, they'll start changing color as well. So we're going to use our spatula here and press them down a little bit. This is optional as well, but I love toasting them. It gives it a real nice flavor. It's that roasted flavor in the chiles. In your house, smells just wonderful. So it's just a couple, you know, just toss them on there for like a couple minutes. Here you can see the colors changing. Perfect. I use my fingers a lot. Be careful when you're doing this. Many years of flipping tortillas and doing all that. That's where it comes from. Try to get my daughter-in-laws to do this and we'll see. They'll get used to it. Ah, yeah. That one's ready. These are definitely ready right here. Ay, ay, ay. Beautiful. You can see the oil releasing in the chile. So make sure you wash your hands really good. Now we're going to repeat the process. So now that they're nice and toasty, we're going to bring them over and we're going to fill it up with just regular, just tap water, nice and hot. And you want to get them nice and filled so the water's covering it. just like that. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually use, you can use a plate or you can use something to keep them down. I'm going to use this stone of my molcajete just to kind of have them submerge in there and just kind of keep them down. And I'm going to throw a little foil on top and just to get them steaming in there, nice and soft for 25 to 30 minutes, I would say, and then we'll come back to it. So for the potato, this is the filling that we're going to use. So we have 2 carrots and 2 potatoes and some onions. So we're going to go ahead. I've already just washed these up really and scrubbed them up really good. You want to do them small dice or chopped small like this. Yeah, they're little, but you want 2 of these. Isn't that different with enchiladas? I mean, this is, and it's got such a great flavor. You're gonna love it. And you vegetarians out there, this one's gonna be a hit. I know. So, we'll continue. They're rolling off. I'm telling you, they're fun. They're having fun in here, dancing around. And when I get to the end, what I try to do is just cut it in half because it's a little thicker. See what I'm saying? Just like this. And then I'll do this one too. Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just place these in this bowl here before they take off. Run around, carrots. Yep, what? Nobody's getting away. Okay, I don't need these. And now we're gonna need 2 potatoes. So I'm gonna use the smaller one, but what you wanna do is just cut it, and it's gonna have to be fine, almost fine, not finely diced, but you'll see what I'm saying. I go 4, and then I go around the side, the top. I know, everybody's got their own technique. So we're gonna start like this. Then we're just gonna chop them down. Small little cubes, and if they're big, what you wanna do, like that one, let me just break these up here. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this one down a little bit more. Because you want them on a smaller dice. Takes practice. Okay, I see. No running around there. All right. And again, I'm gonna just cut this down a little bit more on the top. Perfect. This is how you want, this is the size that you want. So you can chop them down a little bit. Perfect. I see. Let's get these guys out of the way. And if you see some that are kind of big, just cut them down just like that. Two potatoes. And you can use, you know, the red potato as well. You're not gonna believe it, but my store was out. The shipment did not come in. So use what you have. You know, they turn out just as good too. All right, so I'll do my other potato and then we'll do our onion, all right? Yeah, it's a lot of potato, but you know, you've got 12 tortillas you're gonna be filling up. So, and I did peel them, as you can tell, and I left a little bit of the skins on there just for fun, right? And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually, on my onion, I'm gonna use a half an onion. And the reason I have it separated is because I'd like to cook it up in a little oil, just saute it a little bit before I throw in the rest of the ingredients. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna just go half. Of it. Oh. I know, everybody's got their own technique, and so I'm using mine. Yeah. Okay. Oh, uno más. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. We love those onions. I said that in every show, right? I know. My son, whoa. See what happened? It just came after you, Ian. Okay, we're gonna chop it up a little bit more. You gotta have fun in the kitchen. I'm telling you. The music is usually playing when I'm cooking, prepping. It's all fun. Dale. Put these in here. Whoops. And that was a half an onion, and that was a yellow onion. I find that being on the sweeter side. That's what my mom used to always tell me. Okay, so now we're gonna bring it back to the range and get them cooking. All right, let's do it. So I've started my water. It started on a medium, and it's just warming up right now. So what I wanna do is just add 1 teaspoon of the kosher salt into it, and 3 tablespoons of the apple cider vinegar. I know they cook up with a lot of vinegar down there in Mexico. So we're gonna go ahead now and add our potatoes and our carrots. Perfect. Ooh, one got out. Okay, there you go, get back in there. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna let that simmer for about 8 to 10 minutes. So you gotta keep an eye. You don't want it to get too mushy. So meanwhile, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little switcheroo here with my oil. And then I'm gonna start, let's get that heated up a little bit. And then we'll start with our tortillas. Okay, let's see. It's almost ready. There we go. So what we're gonna do is just let this cook up a little bit on both sides. Let it bubble up like that. Now turn down my heat just a little bit. Then I'm gonna flip it. Perfect. I'm gonna slide it off. Add my next one. And we'll keep it going. We've got 12 corn tortillas for this recipe. Nice and bubbly. You want them soft, and you don't want them to get too hard because they'll be hard to roll with the mixture. Perfect. Take some of the oil off. And we'll just keep going until we're all done. And we're gonna set these aside. And now we're gonna check on our veggies over here and see how they're doing. We've got a couple minutes left. So, perfect. Okay, so as you saw, I had it on my back burner, and that's a smaller burner when I was making my tortillas. And so I did bring it to the front, and I did crank up the heat a little bit. So it's actually about 12 to 13, but you have to test it yourself. And you want it a little on the firm side, you know, so I'm gonna just grab one. And it's got that tangy taste in there. Oh my gosh. So this is what we want because we're gonna be cooking it up again. It's also gonna go in the oven. So you don't want to overcook it either, okay? So I'm gonna turn this off. And now I'm just gonna drain it. Perfect. And we're just gonna let them sit there for a little bit. And then we'll get going on our chili, on our sauce. Ooh la la. Ooh, my chilies. Well, they've been actually sitting in here for a little over 30 minutes. And they're nice and just rehydrated there. I'm gonna put this in the sink. And now I'm gonna go ahead and just remove these and add them to my blender. Ay, ay, ay. It was a lot easier. Oh, here we go. Guajillo. These are my favorite, actually my favorite. Everybody's got favorite chilies. These are mine. My favorite. Okay, so we'll toss those in. And then I'm gonna add a quarter teaspoon of the cumin powder. So we're gonna toss those in. And a half a teaspoon of black pepper. Yes, I love pepper. And remember those little cloves that I was roasting over there? Okay, well, they're right here. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just add like 2 cups of the chili water. Whoop, and we got a lot, so it's about 2. And save some because you might need some more. I'm gonna add it right in. So now we're gonna put the lid on it. And we're gonna go for 2 minutes. If I had one of those like real super duper fast stainless, ready to go, it would be like minutes, like a minute, but I'm gonna add another minute to this because it's gonna have to blend on high. And you know what you do for 2 minutes. Woo! 2 minutes. I was doing a lot of dancing there. So now I'm just gonna stir it up a little bit. Oh gosh. Oh, the chilies are all over the place. You wanna save, this is gold. I'm telling you. The aromas are incredible. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just add it to our bowl. We're gonna strain it. And for this, you're gonna need, this is good, or a large spoon, a wooden spoon, whatever you like. And we're gonna remove that and we're gonna add it right in. And it's gonna get nice and smooth. Yeah, I'll get the rest of it in a little bit, okay? So now, we're just gonna keep straining this because, the chili peppers, we did roast them and they do take time, and a lot of, here I hear in the U.S., they don't take the peels off. They keep them in the sauce, and I like to strain mine because it just gives it a real nice smooth sauce, and this is what you want, the texture. Perfect. Okay, so just to show you, we don't want this in the sauce, okay? That's why we strain it. Exactly. Okay, we're gonna set this aside and we'll start up on our next step. We're almost there. We'll do our veggies, okay. So I've been heating up my skillet here, and I'm just gonna drizzle a little olive oil over. And then I'm just gonna, do the thing here. We're gonna add our onion. I'm gonna let that cook up a little bit. And that was a half onion. And I went ahead, I did taste my sauce, and it still needs a little bit of salt, so I'm just gonna sprinkle in a little bit more. Just like that. Perfect. All right, so now let's cook up some onion here. Perfect. You want it a little on the translucent side, kind of clear. Don't want to overcook. Perfect. George, I think we got it. Okay, so now this will be a good time to add our vegetables, our potatoes and carrots. Beautiful. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit. Mix all the onion. And if you have cilantro, if you like it, you can add it at this point. I'm going to skip it today. So now we're going to just add a couple of tablespoons just to give it a base, to coat it. Así. Stir it up, sister. Ooh, let's get those onions on the side. So it's cooking up a little bit more, just as long as we get it all in the pan here. And if there's some big pieces in there, just chop them up a little bit. You can do that. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to turn up my oven to a 350 to get it going. 350, because we're going to be baking these babies here. All right. There we go. So we're cooking it up for a couple minutes. And now I'm going to add some more of Lindita's seasoning. Yeehaw! And I do like it on the hotter side, but of course you can always add the mild as well. But I'm going to go ahead, because we like it spicy here, right, Ian? Yay! Just gave me the thumbs up. As much as you want. I just like to kind of just cover up the top here, you know, give it a little coating. Perfect. Perfect. All right, I think that's ready. We're going to go ahead and turn it off, and we're going to let it kind of cool down a little bit because we're going to start rolling them. Okay, my papitas and carrots are all done. Have my onions in there, and I added some linditas. Y la la. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and grate some cheese, and I'm using the Oaxaca cheese, and that's one of my favorites. So I'm going to just go ahead and grate this because you'll need a melting cheese. So if you like Monterey Jack or feta cheese, you know, you can do that. But this is kind of like my favorite, and it kind of, you'll need about 2 cups of cheese. And I always have extras, so you know, I can always pile it on later too. So go ahead and grate this up. Ooh. Ah, I love this cheese. We're all cheese people, aren't we? Mm-hmm. I know. Okay, we'll set this aside. And before we get started, I'm going to add a little bit of the sauce on the bottom, my little red sauce. And you don't need that much. And then just splash it on there. Let me see if I can drizzle a little more on there. You just want to coat the bottom. Like this. Así. Beautiful. And again, I always say again, but honestly, I am not really a big salt eater. And so just make sure that you add salt. And you know what I heard? I found this out, which is a great thing, is that, you know, the corn tortillas don't contain any salt. Did you know that? I didn't. So that's why you do need to add a little bit of salt. And, you know, in the cheese, it's got salt in there as well. So now our tortillas are ready to roll. So I'm going to go ahead. Let me see. Maybe I should use my fingers. or just spoonful. See, a little bit. We're gonna add some cheese. And roll it. Just like this, and we're gonna set it in our skillet. See? Nice. So you're gonna be repeating this process until you fill it all up. And there's 12 tortillas in here. So, and remember, we added the sauce in the potato and the carrot. Okay, just like that. And if they break up a little bit, it's not too bad. Just roll it over. Moving on over, yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going here and fill this skillet up with some enchiladas. My sauce is actually, it's so delicious, but it's a little on the thick side, so I'm gonna add a little bit, just a little bit more water, just like that. Just to thin it out a little bit more. I see. Oh yeah, it's much better. And then I'm gonna top it off with a little bit of my queso. Put a little cheese on there. We're gonna double it up again. Okay. And then I'm just gonna pour it over the top. Voila! Eee. Perfect. And you know, on my potatoes, I did have some left over, you know, the little mixture. So I'm gonna save that for my papitas for breakfast in the morning. You just get a little bit, it was about a cup over, okay? So we're gonna just coat this a little bit. Oh. All right, we'll set this aside. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Let me see. No, we're just gonna add a little bit more of our cheese over the top, and we're gonna cook it in the oven for about 15-20 minutes. Is your mouth watering? Mine is. Perfect. Okay, well, here she goes. Beautiful. There you go. 15 to 20 minutes, or until the cheese just melts, and that's it, and it's ready to go. And then we'll get it all set up. Yes, sir. Oh my. Beautiful. Oh. It was just a little under 20 minutes, and it's ready to go, so I'm gonna get ready and serve it up for you. Ay, mis amigos, look at this. Look how beautiful this is, and it tastes just awesome. And wait till you try this recipe. You're gonna love it, and your family. And for this recipe and many more, just go to linditasalsa.com and enjoy all the recipes that we have. So until next time, mis amigos, salud.